Why be a video game player when you can make silly comments about him?
If you play video games, you have probably symbolically done ritual sacrifices countless times. There's two main types of occult rituals. It's one where you do the actual act and you spill blood, and then there's the other version where you symbolically do the thing, right? Like an old ritual would be somebody dressing up like a buffalo, and then you pretend to hunt that guy and you stab the pelt, and then you go out and then you hunt and hope that the ritual you did is successful. But when you're going into video games, no matter what type of game it is, if you're going around killing people, you're ritualistically actually murdering, and you're spilling blood. Maybe not actually, but symbolically. And that's having an ill effect on you. Look at the brain scans of people who play video games. It's shutting off your brain, and it's not good. But really, I mean, I know this is like, I'm sorry for ruining video games for you. I hope it works. But when you're going around murdering things, like there's some games you can just go around, you can just shoot flora and fauna, and you can see and like destroy trees, and it's all for points, and like you're killing things and it's benefiting you. All right. Now maybe it's slightly different if you play one of those video games where it's like Quake and you're going around like killing demons. It's like some like like if you're fighting like outright demons. I don't know what Diablo is, but if you're like not evil yourself when you play Diablo and you're going around fragging shit, maybe it's different if what you're killing throughout the game is only demons and monstrosities. I don't know if that's like ritual sacrifice, but when you're killing other humans, whatever it is, like Grand Theft Auto, any of these games, like even probably in Super Mario Brothers, when you're walking around like stepping on turtles and killing flora and fauna in Mario Brothers for points, you're benefiting from ritual sacrifice. I don't know, like I haven't heard anybody put it that way, but I'm putting it that way. And I do agree with this. There's something about video games that never took with me, and I never liked them. And I think it has something to do with, I would play video games and I get frustrated. I'm like, why would I waste any time just to win, to get to the end of the game? And I'm pissed off a lot of the time because I keep dying over and over. Like symbolically, ritually dying over and over. And then at the end of the game, it just starts over again. I remember beating Donkey Kong. I had a ColecoVision, and they had it so you could play Donkey Kong. And I beat Donkey Kong, and I was like, I beat it. And then it just started over again. I'm like, that's it. I hate video games. This sucks. And I still hate them. Like, it's like, I don't understand. Like, they talk about it's like hitting reward centers, and you like it's this you do a thing, and then you get the gratification of completing it and unlocking it. Who cares? I don't give a shit about that. I'm a man. What do I need outfit for? Oh, it's a gun. None of it's real. That's part of setting us up for the future where you own nothing and you love it. You won't even own the game. Like, oh, they're taking away my Animal Crossing. Oh, my cool shit. I have an Animal Crossing. I'm living in a drainage pipe cylinder with, a USB ports and a monitor. No thanks. And I'm eating bugs. Hope you don't have a shellfish allergy. So yeah, I just think that playing video games, you really are killing stuff. Like there is something that's happening when you're running around murdering people, like Call of Duty. Like you're like war is actually ritualistic blood sacrifice. Do you know that when their lives are being lost in wars, they're harvesting that energy, and I guess you could say they're probably actually harvesting it, but they're also doing it ritualistically and symbolically. They set up a war, and they're saying all these lives that are lost in the war, we claim that. Who? The wealthy elite whose fortunes shape the fates of nations, who underneath it all are Satanists and occultists, no matter what religious tradition they say that they're from. Underneath it is always the devil and his minions. So we know enough from videos that we've seen We're finding out, in the last days, all will be revealed. We're finding out what's behind the wars, and we can see that they're all manufactured, and it's always to kill a lot of people, even if it's for resources and territories and stuff. The whole point is to kill as many people as possible, and then they harvest the energy of that blood sacrifice. So what the hell are you doing when you play Call of Duty? I mean, nobody wants to play the Call of Duty where you're World War II redheaded lesbian amputee, but 98-pound redheaded lesbian amputee. In World War II. But it doesn't matter because there's all the cool stuff that people like. By you're killing each other, and you're like, yeah, but it's my friends. Yeah, I know. You could just you could just play like another game or something. You don't have to. I mean, I remember in the comments, I'll never forget it, because I like kind of, made me change my thoughts on video games, because I was down on them, because I hate them. And somebody said, yeah, but you don't understand. I have my shit Mick job. I go to work. I have 4 walls. It's a shit apartment. I go online and I play Call of Duty with my friends, and it's like the best part of my day. I can't deny that, for that guy. What about Skype? What about Zoom? Or, I don't know. But yeah, playing the games. But I guess there's other games you could play, like I don't know, Mario Kart. That's like less violent. You're just like throwing turtles at each other and stuff. That's like lesser. That's like that school in California where they'd rip the turtles apart as they abused, whatever. That's disgusting. I'm not even gonna joke about that. That really happened. I forget the name of the school, but they got away with it. Remember that? So anyway, yeah. I mean, it's somehow ritual sacrifice. You're symbolically doing it. I can't remember anymore which is which, but there's like exoteric ritual and esoteric ritual, and the one is where you're actually doing the thing, and the other is where you're like symbolically doing the thing. But they each, like if you dress up like a demon, and then like if you're in Hinduism, they dress up like their pantheon of demons that they worship, and then they're hoping that the spirit of the demon will inhabit them, so that they'll get whatever they want from those demons, like a harvest. The demon will speak through the shaman or whatever to the people. And this is, one of the oldest rituals there is too. People would dress up like demons to summon a demon, and then the demon would inhabit the person and give advice to the tribe or whatever it is that they wanted. I mean, voodoo is the national religion of Haiti, which they still do to this day. I mean, they're exporting Haitians to, like, where's the churches they really believe? Take a drop shipment of Haitians and Indians because they worship demons. Like, voodoo is the national religion of Haiti. It's about spilling blood and not making offerings to demons. Like, officially. It's where Bill and Haley had their honeymoon in 1975. Isn't that interesting? So, demons like blood. It's one of the things that got hated about the Nephilim. They were eating people. They were like part fallen angel, part human. And God hated Esau. And his arms were so hairy that this isn't like symbolic. This is like supposed to be actual. Jacob put a goat skin on his arm so that when his father would hold his arm, he would think he was talking to Esau. Which probably smelled great, too. Anyway, think of a goat and how much hair is on their arm. And God, there's few people that God outright just said, I hate this guy. God hated Esau. And Esau sold his inheritance for a bowl of stew. Whatever. But that's a story that goes all throughout the Bible. Something is offered to the firstborn son or the oldest, or something's offered to somebody first. They fail, they fumble it, and then it's given to somebody after them, like wandering around in the desert for 40 years, walking around in circles. And then he said, you know what I offered you? It's going to go to the next generation because you guys just aren't getting this. And Yeah, video games are... Think about the stuff that you can do in video games. You can play villain in some video games where you literally go around murdering people. There's video games where you are the murderer and like you're harvesting souls. Like that's how you get your power. I mean, it's like every third anime or manga from Japan, and a lot of these things translate to video games, is you get powers from a demon. You're working with a demon. When you there's a game called Soul Reaver where you're some kind of vampire guy, and that's the hero of the game. I mean, I know these are old games. I don't really know what's new. There's too many games, and I don't care about that shit. I hate it. But there's a game called Soul Reaver that was pretty popular, and it's basically that's how you get the powers, right? Like you're a vampire guy and you kill people and you take their souls. That's not good. That's what demons do. They don't get the soul, but they take the blood, they take the life essence. Remember what it says in Leviticus? You shall not drink the blood of any living thing while its lifeblood runs through it, or something like that. It means no blood straight from the tap, no drinking blood, because it's going to taint you. And because it probably has something to do with demons are getting that. The demons are in you, and you're getting some kind of relative benefits to encourage you to keep drinking blood. Probably. Anyway, video games. It's all about video games underneath it all, really. And when you kill... I'm sorry for ruining video games to you. There's an interview, actually there's a bunch of them by the same guy. There was a guy who found God, and he used to make sound effects for video games. And I've heard him tell how they get like real animal sounds and like real sounds of like screams and people, like realistic, like not realistic, but like real sounds of like animals crying for their young, animals being slaughtered, and they put them as sound effects in the video games. Like they'll play them in reverse, or they'll speed them up, or they'll like cut parts out and splice them together with the deaths of other animals and sometimes even people. And he said they were doing such horrible stuff using real life trauma screams and death knells of animals, the screams of dying rabbits and everything, which is, you ever hear a dying rabbit? You ever hear screams of rabbits when they're being eaten? They don't never make noise, but when they do, it sounds awful. The cries of babies being separated from their children, they stretch them out and make it sound like the wails of demons and stuff like that. This is why he quit making sound effects for video games. It's a good paying job. He gave it up because he's like, I don't want to have any part of that. The sound that the X-Wings make in Star Wars, that comes from a baby elephant being separated from its mother. It's the sounds that... I can't imitate it because whatever. I can't sound like an elephant really. But that's the sound of the X-Wings in Star Wars, is the screaming elephant being separated from her baby. So you can just imagine what other stuff that they're probably using, like, I don't even want to say. It's probably pretty grim, some of the weird sound effects that they're getting from, like hurting people and then like chopping it up and make that sounds so gnarly, man. Yeah, you're hearing that. It's having an effect on you. You're a participant in that now. You're a participant in a ritual and you don't even know it. Like when we play video games, they're creating changes of state. And that's one way of participating in a ritual. Like, you feel emotions, and then these emotions are harvested by demons. You're doing evil things. You're symbolically spilling blood. And demons are present. Jesus cast a legion of demons out of a guy into a whole herd of swine. So Jesus says, who's in there? And he said, our name is Legion, for we are many. So the guy had a legion of demons in him, which is like thousands, right? And then he cast them out into a herd of swine and then drowned the swine so the demons didn't have a place to rest. So probably demons are watching you play video games, and like if it's a horror video game, like you're in, I don't know, Silent Hill or Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever. Five Nights at Freddy was aimed at children, scaring children and harvesting that energy of traumatizing and scaring children and harvesting it. So video games are bad news, and it also like brain scans, man. Like just look at brain scans of playing video games. You're shutting your brain down. Like there's no way around this. It doesn't matter what you play. It's like, oh, but I'm learning. Remember how they had all these little things online, like in the early 2000s, probably before double digits, where they're like, here's things to stimulate your brain, and it's all kinds of Mensa puzzles and shit. You play them and you'll get smarter. Probably not, because you were looking at a monitor doing these brain teasers. It's probably making you stupid. And the point is that demons want blood sacrifice. You know, like one of the other rituals is like to do some kind of like play where they do like a mock sacrifice, and it's still, you're still symbolically doing the ritual. That's one of the ways that occultists do rituals. Like, you know, like maybe they're not actually killing someone, but they'll symbolically do the thing. You know, like witch talk and stuff like that, and they take pictures of people they don't like and they tear them up and they burn them, or they symbolically stab them. You're willfully, remember it said you don't have to actually fornicate with the woman. It's just enough that you lust in your heart. That's the sin. Like you wanted to do it, that you thought about the woman lustfully as a sin because you wanted to. And the same thing goes with, like, you know, you wished ill about your neighbors. You don't have to kill the man. You just have to think about killing the man and want to do it. And that's the sin, because God knows our hearts. And you know, you really hated that guy and you were hoping he would slide under a truck or something like that, and you said it because you were angry. That's a sin. Now think about playing a video game and how pissed off you get when it's not going your way, or when you have to do this like politically correct stuff where somebody asks you your pronoun and you try and shoot them and you just blast the hell out of them and it doesn't work because you're not allowed to shoot those characters or those NPCs because of the infiltration of social justice warriors in all the video games, and you know, to ruin them for men because they just want to go around and kill shit, and you can't kill lesbian soldiers or whatever in space. Yeah, like they're pissing you off is a way to harvest your energy too. They're feeding off your anger. I'm telling you, this planet is lousy with demons, or whatever shape it is. This firmament is lousy with demons like fleas, and they're all over people. That's where they want to be. They don't have material embodiment. They love our sensory experiences, and they want to do all the worst, most disgusting things. That's why God said, you guys are going to fight each other, kill each other, and then you will not go to heaven or hell or Hades or Sheol. You're just doomed to walk the earth and haunt the earth. And that's what possesses people. That's why demons go inside of people and possess them, because they want to feel our feelings and emotions. And when you drink alcohol and you take in spirits, marriages can be ruined because the demons just want to go do whatever they want to do. And it ruins lives. And video game, like combined drugs and booze and video games and pornography, you know, like spending hours of gameplay staring at a Chinese cartoon's ass. It's gonna do stuff to your brain. It's probably gonna make you, you know, like if you're playing a character that's a hot babe, maybe you're gonna want to be one. It's happening to some of these people. There's too much of this crossing over from being human stuff, this transmania stuff. And that's what trans means. The prefix trans means crossing over. So transhumanism means crossing over from being human into something else. What? I would say degenerate human. You know, you're degenerating, you're degrading. They tell us that man came from a monkey, which probably isn't true. But what they're trying to do is turn man into a monkey, degrading us. And I think video games, people love video games. It's a huge tool. Girlfriends will wait outside GameStop. I know GameStops are going away, but girlfriends have traditionally waited outside GameStops for them to open so they can get some kind of stupid game for a grown man, because that's who's banging on them. Because love. And then, you know, like, you see what I mean? You see how this is kind of crazy? Like, girlfriends will complain that the guy's playing video games and they don't get to be together because he's invested in his fantasy world, yet she'll stand in line to buy him the thing because he really likes it, and then he abandons her to go into a fantasy world and says, get out of the way, I'm playing football simulator, whatever. I know it's not a blood sport, maybe that's not one of it's still a video game, but anyway, I'm trying to kill zombies or whatever. But anyway, it's ritual. And a lot of these games are occult. Like, how many video games have a character named Lilith? It's like one of the most popular names in video games. Like, I don't play them, but just in hearing about them, like, there's another Lilith. Like, how many video games have Lilith in them? It's a lot. You probably know more about this than I do if you're just like a regular person that's like a normal person like most people. People like video games. I don't, and I didn't even know why I don't like them. Now I know why. So you still here? I'm shitting on you because you play. Why do you play them? Like, stop playing them. I'm trying to help you. Don't you want to go to heaven? You probably play video games and still have a better chance of getting into me. But I'm going to talk about it. Okay? Yeah, it's not good. Something's happening, you know, every time, like countless, I don't know you. You've probably done countless blood ritual sacrifices in so many ways you don't even know it. The number of people you killed in video games is probably more than the number of demons you've killed in video games, okay? So maybe if you have to play video games, which still shuts down your brain no matter what you're playing, even if it's like, whatever, I can't think of games. Mario Kart is probably still bad for you, okay? But you know, lesser of two evils is still evil. I don't know, play Mario Kart or Simpsons Bubble Taxi. Remember that one where you put it on bubble mode and and the taxis would bump away from each other. Play, I don't know, games where you don't kill things. Myst, you can just go wander around Myst. Riven, whatever, they still exist anymore. You just go around Skyrim and stay away from other people and not kill anything. I don't know. Be a heel slut. There you go. Then you can be a heel slut. It's probably gonna make you gay. Just saying. But yeah, I mean, it's bad for you no matter what. But you know, I hope I have infected your brain to lead you away from video games by telling you that when you kill something in a video game, demons are stealing from you and giving you nothing. And probably grieves God, because whether you recognize it or not, you're killing somebody. Like countless murders. Just, I mean, I've done it. I don't even like video games, but just being around other people and stuff. Like, it's one thing to play a fighting game where you guys fight each other. Like, I remember going to barbecues, and you know, the men are grilling, and the men that aren't grilling are inside doing like round robin tournaments of like Tekken, whatever was out at the time. I'm gonna be Spawn and Tekken and be a demon. Spawn's fighting Yoda or whatever. And then the kids are like, Dad, I want to play too. And then you gotta let the kid play. And it's lame. Grown-ass men that have firearms that can actually kill someone. You probably, you know, probably gonna be forced into it if you want to live later. And then you're just like, you know, like for fun. It's like I come home, and you just can't wait to, you know, go kill people. It's not good. I mean, there's so many kinds of games. You know better than I do. Maybe, you know, like some of the games that people say are lame. Maybe you want to go on StarCraft and mine stuff. It's boring, right? What's that one? It came out a couple years ago, and everybody was saying it's gonna be great, and then they hated it. And like, I'm collecting moon rocks. This is bullshit. Yeah, they want it to be lame. They want you to go play the games where you kill everything, because that's for demons. The demons are harvesting that energy. And if you have a sexy avatar with a thong or whatever, if that's allowed anymore, if you're playing like old games or whatever, you're playing some kind of Chinese sex doll game with a boner, that's not good.
So, put the controller down and repeat after me. This game is f***ing bullshit!
Hope you didn't want grandkids, Mom, because this queen thinks girl parts are icky.